Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Balatro. Balatro. You know what I'm saying? Remember leg day? Those were the days, man. Those were the days. Is it you know what? We haven't even done green stake erratic deck yet. We got to take a look at this, man. Double tech. I swear this to you. I'm not saying you have to believe me based on the last two videos or whatever. But I feel like I've gotten so much better at Balatro lately. Look at this. 6 5s, 6 10s, 6 jacks. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, if we have 6 10s, then I'm a very simple man on 450. We will fish for a straight. And then, hang on, I gotta look. We have roughly balanced suits. Okay, so 10s and jacks are stacked. That's easy to remember. 10s and jacks are stacked. Beautiful. Beautiful. Do we have like flush house potential here too? 2 jacks, 3 ace. Interesting. A handbag. You know what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I really, me personally, I feel like I've improved a lot in Balatro over the past, let's say, 2 weeks. I'm not saying we're guaranteed to win, but green stake erratic deck is not throwing me for a loop. Especially when I know I got a great assortment of face cards, and we're going to try to make more of them. Free reroll. I mean, it pays dividends eventually. It probably is like almost as... It might even be better than reroll surplus in aggregate, especially if we don't use it for some reason. Okay, so how are we doing on 4s? Sometimes with the erratic deck, you just got to take a look. There's only 3 of them in the entire deck. There's tons of 10s, though. Wow, we drew them all. So, first hand is not going to... We easily could have won in one hand if we just played face cards. Which, to think financially about our situation probably would have been the right thing to do. But we also don't necessarily have to sweat it too much yet. We can just relax a little bit. We can slow our roll. Enjoy ourselves. Take a good opportunity. Work our deck around. Build some econ. Me personally, I start with a Spectral pack to see what we got here. Easy cryptid for more face cards. And then a buffoon pack. Honestly, I'm a simple man. $4 at the end of the round. That's an econ joker right there. And if we maybe get a chance to add more 9s to our deck, maybe we could take this lad to the end. I don't know. As I always say, I'm a simple man. I'd hate to lose our face cards, but 20 bucks up front. Cut 1 face card. No 9s to cut. We like it. Immolate again. This one's too risky. This one is too risky. Sorry, guys. Honestly, you're gonna... We lost 2 of our face cards. I felt like we had to immolate again. Now we've got a very thin deck. 44 cards. Still good on the face cards, considering the ratios, although we have more 5s than anything else. The thing is, I didn't want a polychrome smiley face because it's just... If you'll forgive me, it's kind of boring. Like, that's obviously like the right play, but I kind of wanted to have a chance to play around with Cloud9 here. Now, if we're being realistic, I think this is probably enough considering we get 16 mults out of it. It's not enough. I don't know what I'm talking about. Also, with the setup we got right now, we got great economics. We get $2 at the end of every round, which is nothing, and a free reroll. Honestly, the best thing I could say about it actually is that I have $54 in my pocket. I am going to open the Arcana pack first. Temperance is $7. Could be worse. I gotta remember, I'm not on a challenge here, so we can relax a little bit. We don't have to make every card exactly the same suit to do what we're trying to do. We don't need every planet to be exactly the same. I actually think it's a sell. Sorry, Cloud9. I believed it could work. Worth a shot. And then roll me. Empress is good. And I would pass on the rest. I mean, this combo can keep us going for a minute, for sure. All we need to do is play face cards. Face card is like, it's a great synergy, man. I'm not afraid to dump some detritus here. What have we upgraded? Only full house. So as long as we don't play a full house. I mean, in fact, If we played one jack, just run the numbers. Just for argument's sake. We get 15 points times 5 times 4. That's only like 200 points. Okay, never mind. If we play one pair, we get 30 chips, 10 mults times 4. 30 chips, 40 mults, 1,200 points. You add this on top, we get 10 extra, no, we get 30 extra chips, same mults. So we get pretty close with this, but not there in one, right? No, my math was horrendous. not even close. Weren't even knocking at the door of being right. Okay, well, it's simple, actually. I think that we have to take Baron and try to make as many kings as possible. We have very few right now, but we're only on ante 3, and we got great econ, so we can, like, we can buy a lot of packs, get a lot of strength cards, I think. So I'm gonna Hanged Man some trash. I'm gonna make the deck even thinner. We want hand size because it works well with Baron. I mean, brother, I'm a lucky man. 40 card deck on ante 3. It's interesting. It's very interesting. It does mean we're incentivized to keep kings in hand, but... So you know what would actually hit the spot right now? Is a... At some point we need a better flat mult joker probably, but a tarot card creator. We had the option to take hallucination earlier, admittedly. Vampire is just, don't shoot the messenger, okay? It's too samey. And right now we're saving just to get econ pumping. Face cards, come on. You know we got face cards in this. Doesn't have to be a king. I wouldn't mind it. I see we got a full house, and I see that that's not my problem. This is more, 4 of a kind 10s with a king in hand. It pales in comparison to the extra mult we get here. Right now I'm still getting a feel for where we stand, and we stand tall on this. Econ is hallucination. It's specifically what we asked for. Now I feel much better about opening packs. Thank you so much. A hermit card would go crazy. Okay. I kind of hate this. I'm going to chariot a jack in the hopes we can strength it 2 times. Because steel kings would go insane. And I am going to try this. You never know. You got a second card. We're gonna go Mars on this, I think. So creating 2 kings here would go crazy. So I would love to draw a king. We can simmer on it. Take your time. Many queens, of course, but we want kings. I'm willing to save the cards. This is important. If we're gonna think about endless, and normally I possibly wouldn't, but we have like the kind of Joker setup where we can afford to think about it. We gotta pay attention to this. And I'm glad we did. So what do you play? I have a hard time believing 2 pair with super mults doesn't get us there with 3 kings and a steel in hand. Very nice. More kings, the merrier. We'd love this deck to be 40 kings. Hermit is huge. Chips are huge. Chips is good. Worth the $4 or whatever we just paid. More tarot cards. Greatest hallucination of all time just dropped. This one kind of stinks though, what I would say. A gold king is worth its weight in gold. Words to live by. Holy cow, they love me. Let's go, it's insane, I'll admit. Let's go Blue Seal 10. It doesn't take much to turn it into a face card. Oh! Sorry, Joker stencil, it's just... We're full, bro. We're full. Give me money. It doesn't take much to turn it into a face card, and it could possibly become a king someday. Now, again, with Ballad, our econ would be good, but I love our present setup. Forget that 10. We know what we got. I think you do this. And then in all likelihood... I was going to say play 2 pair. So I can hold this, but I don't think we can afford to hold it. I think we got it. But a pair is basically the same. It's just basic. I think you got to try. It'd be nice to get the planet, at least. I just want to... Our score is pretty good. I could send this down Main Street. If I had to, I could always play the kings. Like, the mult that's getting multed is not that big. If anything, wouldn't we rather send 3 of a kind so we can make more money off this? Yeah, okay. Oh, I got ideas, man. This is like we're econ maxing right now. We're playing too many hands, but we're econ maxing. So let's go standard. Mostly hoping to see a tarot card, but I believe in turning... adding more face cards to our deck is still good, even if they're not kings, I think. I'll go earth. Lovers, I may even just sell, but we're due. I gotta think about it. I'm not gonna roll again. You shouldn't sell it. You shouldn't just sell it for nothing, for no reason. I see that we got a straight, but I'd rather keep my king in hand, honestly. Okay. This is bad. Ace, ace, jack, jack, 2. Not great. We're due, though. Don't lose this one. I think you start. I know we got a steal card there. Start here. And your last hand, I would prefer if we didn't have to do it, but our last hand could always be full house with kings and jacks. But honestly, in this state, we're probably better off just playing this. It'll get us there. Hopefully we'll make a decent amount of money off it. Can't be mad about that. So we're right now is the awkward phase where we're trying to like make our deck a little bit more consistent. We might make some mistakes as we try, but we're working on it, okay? I genuinely don't think a Lover's card is that good. This is giving us a Mars, justifies its existence. And then I'm gonna open Buffoon packs. Very low chance we take it, but it's $4 for a 50% chance at a tarot card. When you put it that way, it doesn't sound so good, but it's either that or $5 for a reroll to probably buy nothing as well. We're not diamonds pilled, so let's just sell it. And I think you skip on that. And we reroll anyway. Twice. Fool card. Fool card, very good. We can't have kings and queens in hand, okay? Our hand size is not that big. We gotta make a choice, in my opinion. Come on. Brother, the whole deck is face cards. Like, you're just making yourself look like a fool when you don't draw them. Why did I discard the jack? I think right now we should acknowledge that our mult being multed by the kings is not that big. I've made a horrible mistake. It was that big. We needed to commit to that. We're still alive. We had to play a king that time. We're still alive? No. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand what it means to me. You don't understand what I've been through. No! It was the easiest run of all time. Oh, brother. Okay, $15. We'll play it out. You gotta have a short memory in games like this, probably. Many jacks, many queens, and a ton of fives. Holy cow, we could actually, like... I was just gonna say, pot commit to playing, like, 4 or 5 fives. It would be insane to get 5 fives so early that we could start getting Planet X already. Maybe we're 5 posting, man. Maybe we got 5 on it. Telescope seems insane. I'm sorry, I love you. We have to get Telescope. For the late game, it's insane. And I hate to miss out on what is actually like a really good early game Joker, but 10 mult and hand size is great. But I'm telling you, it might not be the most bombastic pickup of all time, but that Telescope could be huge. Especially if we're playing a buttload of 4 of a kinds. I do realize that Full House just passed it, but that's because we were -1 hand size, ironically. Just give me a buy and use. 3 of a kind gives us 100 chips. Not great, but could be worse. We have 3 8s. I'd rather just have hanging Chad, honestly. And then we'll go Mars on this, but then we'll save. Then we save. 5s, queens, jacks, but mostly 5s. 5s, queens, jacks, but mostly 5s. I'm not playing a straight because I want to play as many 4 or 5 of a kinds as possible. I will play a 2 pair, which shouldn't win. Didn't even come close. In order to play a 4 of a kind, or dare I say we tempt fate a little bit? Okay, I'm not gonna tempt it anymore. I'll settle for 4 of a kind for now, okay? Because I recognize eventually we're gonna want 5 because we get more chips, but we're only on ante 2, so don't get too stressed out just yet. Let's try. It is early. It's kind of disrupting our econ, but I'm gonna try to make our deck a little bit better. In lieu of that, we'll just take another Mars. Level 3 Mars on ante 2, kind of crazy. Death card to make more 5s. Yes, please. And let's commit to the 5 of spades right now. And then we go next. Mega standard pack that gives us 5s? Maybe? I see a 7 and a 4 that we can strength probably. It's not like we're going to weaken a 6, so all hearts are debuffed. What's the boss blind? All hearts are debuffed, okay? That's what we're fighting right now. You did not need to go back to the screen to check. Oh, baby. Okay, so I am... The best time to switch to 5 of a kind is as early as possible, I think. Perhaps urgently, we need a joker that gives mult. Keeps me alive. At some point we'll want it. Sorry to the Arcana packs. We can afford to chill right now. It's surprisingly easy for us to make pretty good hands. Fool gives us another death card. Crazy. It'd be nice to save this for when we have like a better 5. But just having more 5s is pretty good too. We'll get a chance to use it properly. Don't even wait. I'd love to buy an Arcana pack that makes a 5 good, then use death to copy the good 5, and then the retrigger on Hanging Chat actually matters. But it's gonna take a minute. I know it's a crazy discard. It's insane. Now, if I have to use... How could you? If I have to use death to make another 5, then I have to do it. But I'm very hopeful that that's not going to be the case. Right, guys? How many? We got 6 5s left. You know, I'm not willing to risk it. It's ante 3. You should be a little bit more sane about it. That got us. 4 of a kind probably gets us there anyway, but the more 5s, the merrier. Let's treat it that way. Magician Arcana. And we just go next. Decrease level of played poker hand. Now we would really like to play 5 of a kind because we haven't upgraded it at all. World card. Actually great because we can now make a flush 5, which won't be decreased. Huge, huge. Okay, now we need the econ to pump, okay? I am personally going to say I think it's a little too late for Ride the Bus to really pop. But we do... I was going to say we have no jokers that affect mult, but we still have no jokers that affect mult. Even if we take Ride the Bus, it starts at 1, and then, wouldn't you know it, after that, 2. I'm just saying you got a long way to go. Beautiful. Okay, 5 of a kind. Probably doesn't get us there in 1. Okay. 4 5s remain. Ain't nothing but a peanut, bro. Right, guys? Ain't nothing but a peanut, guys? 4 5s. A full house with 4 extra mult. So let's do the math as best I can. 105 chips. Actually, 155 chips. 255 chips. Time 255, 262, 269, 276, 283, 293. 293 chips, unless 286 chips times 12. I think I gotta give it a try. Adding a little fudge factor for me being mad at math sometimes. And then we just need 700 points. Easy. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry, man. I'm going to cry. We should be golden right now. What's wrong with on green steak? It's what I deserve for my hubris. Let me take a peek at this bad boy. Fairly balanced deck, low on queens, very high on spades. Interesting. You know what? In that case, Empress me and fool me to get more Empresses, and we'll play spade flushes for the moment. It just seems like the best of all possible worlds. And maybe, I mean, we got a lot of things to work through before we get to this point, but maybe there's like a straight flush or flush 5 or flush house potential here. Maybe we should just play the game instead of worrying about how to get to E, bro. Maybe we should just try to win, because we're working on disparate stuff. It's our last chance to get this voucher. I would buy it without even thinking about it. We got enough mult in our hands. Now, if we get spades or debuffed, we got a problem, but barring that, I'm feeling pretty good. Thank you. Now, what if you just drew 5 spades? That won't be necessary. You drew 2 4 of spades, but that's not what I'm asking for. It almost gets us there. 18 times 2. Close, close, close. You know what? Dump all this garbage then. We don't need another flush. How about 15 times 5? That's better. All you need is a 10. John Lennon voice. All you need is a 10. 10. Let's go burnt joker. The question is, can you get away with discarding a flush? Well, disregard, please. So that levels up high card. That's not necessarily a bad idea. As I understand it, that's kind of like the consensus for what you should do when you have a burnt joker. But if we could get enough of our deck to be spades, it would be so nice to get spade flushes leveled up reliably. At some point, we are going to need a joker that gives score. You know what? I would love to. It's my favorite voucher, brother. It's my favorite voucher. So you're not telling me anything I don't already know. All I'm going to say is everything is angling towards learning how to play high cards right now. Green Joker or Ride the Bus would go absolutely, preferably Green Joker, but Green Joker or Ride the Bus would go crazy. I'm a simple man. Honestly, I believe. That's actually something we're kind of looking for if we're just going high card. Play only one hand type this round, okay? I wouldn't sweat that. Next best pickup, my opinion, Economics Joker, because we're going to be spending all of our money playing hands. Hey, it's Ride the Bus. We have to buy it. I'm sorry, because we did just create the most boring run of all time. And I'll do it again. Because it's what you gotta do, man. Look at this. It's too good not to. Now just remember, self. Note to self. Don't play face cards. Stones would be good, but I'm not spending money on it. And Economics Voucher, sure, but our plans are measured in centuries, okay? NL when he starts a high card run 27 minutes into the video. Our plans are measured in centuries. Emperor, I'll spring for Emperor. Magician, High Priestess means I'm opening another Arcana pack. How about a Hermit? No Hermit. You should become a Tower card. Well, 50 chips will go crazy. We don't have a chip Joker, sure. And yeah, and then you know what? Just for space purposes, let's do this. Be nice to get a Pluto. That's fine. I mean, you know, we may end up, I don't know, playing some pairs at some point. I think if you play that, as long as you play something else with it, maybe even if you don't, it shouldn't count as a face card by itself. Not too pressed on this one. I mean, when you only play like one card per hand, like you need to make 52 cards in your deck better. In order to, like, reliably make sure you're playing a great card every time you play a card, so... I'm just saying we got a long way to go. But I almost, like, unless I accidentally play face cards, I almost feel like we can't really lose, man. But I could be... Start with 0 discards, completely irrelevant to the kind of guy like me. So we think about it realistically. How much flat mult are we gaining per round? 1. However many hands we play, however many hands we play. So we're gaining like 7 flat mult per round. Which means at some point we could easily dump half Joker and not even think about it. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make you feel like the rest of the video ain't worth watching. I'm just saying, like, what stops us, bro? A mistake. A mistake can stop us. So act like you've been there before. It is kind of a scumbag build. You know, for $2, sure. And then it doesn't mean you can stop hunting for Jokers. We might as well still look for, like, good Jokers. I don't really know what kind of good Jokers we're looking for. No discards! How dare you? Why not play an even? Well, it's a good point, but actually, I think with Ride the Bus and Supernova, we probably do better playing odds until we're ready to win, and then playing our best even, maybe? It only adds 4 mult anyway, which is not that big of a deal. The last step in the chain is a multer. Celestial packs always contain your most played planet. It's good. We don't necessarily need... I'm sorry to take all the fun out of it, but we don't necessarily need it. But sure, it's good. I guess if anything, we'd want like... Well, it'd be nice to get a Chips Joker as well. Because we're completely chipless, and that's the downside of playing one... Well, I mean, usually you're chipless and multless when you go high card, but still. Not that interested in that. See, to me, it seems like a good time to get your economics pumping a little bit. Like, you could dump this. Play a good ace. And you know what? Maybe we're at the part of the show where, like, hang on, play this but don't win yet. Good. I was gonna say, let's play a 10 and then dump garbage cards. I want to turn a face card into a chipped up ace, is what I'm trying to say. That was 1,000 points. I must have played a pair. It's not even, admittedly, but the chips are very advantageous. What if we played a high card with 4 cards? We still win easily. Okay, so it doesn't matter what you play. I was hoping I could eke one more mult out of this, but it's okay. It's okay, everybody, relax. Here's economics. High card. We just don't need it, man. Okay, spades are debuffed. Holy cow. That's all we got, brother. We should discard all of our spades along with it. 8 stone. The other thing that's crazy about where we stand is you might look at this and say, this run doesn't look that good. I'm telling you, when we get one multer, you're gonna be ashamed of your words and your deeds. Is this run gonna blow the doors off? Is this gonna be the craziest run of Balatro you've ever seen? No, but considering we started with 2 losses, I feel like hopefully ending on a win is kind of sick. Hopefully, I said hopefully. I'm not counting my chickens, okay? We're going to get a multer, and then it's going to the moon. It's also like, I mean, we're going to reach a point, if we're not already there with Balatro, where especially on high stakes, people are like, oh, here we go, another high card build. But it's an interesting choice. I think we like this. But I love them because they're insanely easy to pilot. Sometimes in Balatro, you get decision fatigue. You know, you've got 3 pairs in your hand, but you need a full house. Which pair do you discard? Those are tough questions. Sometimes it's nice to have a build that's like, play any card, you won! As sad, and it does, when I said it, I was like, that sounds really sad. But when I'm doing it, I'm like, I'm a genius! I'm a genius! Yes, it's easy, but I'm the one who made it easy. I'm a genius! Almost played the jack. At some point, Burnt Joker can also go. But Burnt Joker is like actually our best source of chips. Because it's leveling up our hands. We don't, honestly, I don't really care if we have a steel card in our hand. I would rather skip this and get nothing. Polychrome 2... 1.5x our base mult. Our base mult is never going to get super high because it's kind of like a very small hand, but still. Okay, everything's coming up roses. Stuntman is probably the best Joker that you could get to go along with this. At least the best Joker that's not a multer. I guess we should be sorting by rank at this stage of our life. In fact, Stuntman is so good that people are going to hate that it exists. Even though they also root for it to show up on every run. And I understand that. I don't even know. What would you do here, man? I mean, you could obviously sell half Joker at this point. Because our flat mult is going to be 37 plus 33. The 20 mult is kind of a drop in the bucket. I think it's time, especially with Stuntman helping us out. Campfire is obviously like, it's a multer. You could strength you into an ace, but I think I frankly don't care. I think I'd rather have 2 of these to sell. But the trick is, if there is a trick, I don't think we have to sell them yet. We could get our econ pumping first. Let's just, oh, and then I do see playing a high card sets our money to 0. That's not great, but I just want to see like what this does for us in our newfound ecosystem. It does beautiful for us is what it does. So, I think you save these to sell them later unless you find something else that like fits the spot better. And then you can sell them right now. It's actually kind of bad to sell them right now. Because we want maybe ways to get money back after our money goes down to 0. A glass ace could actually help us out at some point, but I'm thinking it's also possible that we could hopefully easily beat the boss blind just by playing a couple pairs. Like, what does a pair do for us? Let's take a look at this. Pretty horrible. Pretty garbage. You know what we do? I'm stupid, brother. Sell me, for one. Buy me. Actually, I'm starting to think steel cards could go crazy in our deck because there's something to think about here. Because we're holding so many cards in hand. Out of all of these, honestly, I'll be insane. I was thinking that, and that might even be a better card, so I'm not mad. Although I'm just gonna sell it now that I think about it. But I was hoping for a better card than that. But life goes on. A steel card will never play. Sure. Buy this. Reroll the boss. No other boss blind can affect us. Diamonds are debuffed. Irrelevant. Then a face card gets charioted. A non-face card gets charioted. And start building up. Oh, our hand size is so bad because of Stuntman. Listen. It's still good. And I didn't even remember what Campfire was there. So our econ is preserved. Very nice. Cheaper rerolls. This is econ. It's spending money to save money. Death. Again, going a little crazy. I want to chariot you at some point. Don't want to have too many face cards in the deck, but I'm kind of a believer in steel. I will say I find it unlikely we have any chance long-term in Endless just because high card scales so badly. But we're kind of freaking killing it right now, right? You think so? I think so. We maybe got one of the cheesiest setups you can get for high card, but listen, all I'm going to say is you weren't there today. Or maybe you were. But possibly you weren't there today, okay? When I was doing the Joker list challenge. What are the rules of the Joker list challenge? 0 Joker spots. 0 judgment cards. 0 mega buffoon packs. 0 everything, bro. And then make it work. You weren't there when I was grinding that for 3 hours, okay? So if you weren't there when I was grinding that for 3 hours, don't be mad at me for playing the cheesiest build you've ever seen. We're gonna beat Anti-8, right? Campfire, I'm saving it for a rainy day. Just relax on it. I'm saving it for a rainy day. They force one card to always be selected on the boss blind. That should be very easy. I mean, I'd rather not discard my steel, but it's either that or play it. Honestly, I think we play it because it's 50 chips. We can discard that. We can definitely play that. And then we can play that. Okay, so we're now, like, the real Balatro begins. Let's be honest. We knew this was going to happen. Anti-8 was a given. It's always nice to knock another thing off the to-do list, but we got a ways to go. 4 jacks. I don't think I'm going to hit the road jack Andy with my hand size so small. If anything, I would really love to make my hand size much larger. Hermit is very nice. Because we're going to need buy sells for Campfire to have, like, any chance. More tarot cards is very, very nice. Fool for Hermit. Absolutely. And then, like, I don't think we need to buff Campfire yet. This is insane. But while we're here, why not, you know, give it a chance? Okay. Nah, it's not that kind of party, pal. Constellation is tempting, but I think I like what we got. We'd have to get rid of Burnt Joker for it, which is honestly totally fine. I just don't know if we're going to be taking that many planets, and we can sell. I'd rather sell planets for the sugar high, I think, than build something long-term starting at Anti-9. If you showed up earlier, though, it's a no-brainer. Okay, we want Red Seal 7. Oh, hang on there. If Red Seal 7 could show up and get charioted, that would be a dream. I discard like almost everything to try to get a Red Seal 7. I would love to create a Red Seal 7 steel. I think we're kind of rooting for something that's a little unlikely. It's a bit of a stretch, but hold. We just hold. Because now we're in the puzzle solving portion. It happens. How about some good cards? Blue Seal 5, I would add. I mean, again, it almost doesn't matter to some extent what cards we add because we only play one card at a time anyway. We'll just go next. There's no point in wasting our rerolls at this stage. Red Seal 7 gets charioted. I can't believe that this is coming to pass. 2 copies it. The crazy thing is, it isn't even that good. It really, because like we're multiplying a mult that's so small to start with. But then it does get multed by Campfire after. And again, you might be like, Anna, what are you doing? Buy, sell for Campfire? We don't need to go all in on Campfire yet. We only need to go all in on Campfire when we need to go all in on Campfire. And we don't need to do it. It's a need-to-know basis. Fool for, oh, if only it gave me Chariot. You know what? I would still use it and then use it because we can get 2 cells out of it. And it's not just for Campfire. It's also $2. Not that inspiring when you put it that way. Who cares? Lucky Ace. Like this is a poor pull in my opinion for where we're at right now. There ain't no need for all that, man. One more. I regret it. I regret it. Must play 5 cards. Actually, like, really bad for us. Because it's so easy to accidentally play... I have to play it. It's so easy to accidentally play a face card. If we have to play 5 cards to get scored. Chariot goes insane, man. That's a pair. That's a pair. Okay, that one, normally Psychic is not a scary boss blind. That one actually could have tripped us up a little bit just because of the build we're running. 4 times the tarot cards. Okay. Now, I don't think anti-10 is going to stop us, but this is where we got to start to maybe get a little serious. I'm going to go steal 10, mostly because it gives me the chance to then make another 10 steal. And again, the steal is... Listen, this is not a 5 of a kind build, okay? I'm doing my best to send it to its highest possible realization of its potential. Perhaps I have erred. $20 though. 95,000, huh? Okay. Bad, not good. How about this one? All right, I'm sorry to do this, but also it had to be done at some point. Goodbye, Burnt Joker. That's my mistake. I should have messed around with the Campfire a lot more. Completely my mistake. I'm hoping to draw some purple seals, which I can discard to improve the caliber of my deck. Barring that, sorry, Stuntman. It's got to be done, man. And then we got to chip up. Although we could discard one more time. $2x to 2x or 30 extra chips. You got a 2x to 2x. I deserve that. I'm still happy, but thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. I'm just happy we got a dub. I'll see you next time.